affiliated with the Proudford Bandit King.
But Ezekiel was the one who actually kidnapped her.
Yeah, but
he's definitely Blackfang. He's like the guy right under Auxilia.
Yeah, but he might have outsourced the work, so to speak.
Right. But like we agree that this is the purpose here is to get at us, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
If you're gonna ask anything from this guy, you want to ask magic items, though, right? Instead of 20,000 gold pieces. Like, screw gold. You can get magic.
Yes, Evrat Levelle, although he does treasure magic items, could have definitely let some go. Like, he has them to spare. And while he certainly does have the wealth of 20,000 gold pieces, it's not just something he could pull out in a few days. You know, he has all of that invested.
Yeah.
So it's an undoable amount.
Yeah, it would
in that amount of time. They're doing this to draw us out there. For all we know, the girl might be dead anyway, I suppose.
Or in those kind of cases, then we'll definitely bring the poison food.
But they're not going to take it, right? Because the guys who are going to come with it are going to be us. And they're going to be
We're gonna have to disguise ourselves if that is the case.
We could easily just make it as if we are bandit raiders, because we could then put it as one of us. So that, the fact that's what I've been given is we could easily just go in, we're from Foghaven, we were raiding the roads back there, we were told to come here, here's the passkey, and it's basically, if it doesn't work,
Can we look like bandits enough?
I mean, if we disguise
that dwarven guy we talked to once was like, no, you're Tempus, I know who you are. Like, we're pretty well known.
In that specific case, like the dwarves, of course, would have thoroughly recognized Tempus Malleator because of how
that's the thing.
But these bandits might not be. They're certainly not affiliated with Thurl Dural. He's kind of dead.
That's true.
Of course, the dwarves recognize Tempus Malleator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Geráck at the moment is not going to pass off for a bandit.
Oh, this Dragonkin, she's just a bandit too. We could, but it seems like one of those things that's almost so easy that we just would get caught. Basically.
Well, the thing is, the other one is we put ourselves at a disadvantage by going in that we have the bounty, we're here to talk. We don't have 20,000 gold.
That is actually correct.
Why don't we do it the sneaky way? That way we're basically perhaps going to be at advantage, or we're going to be at a disadvantage.
Well,
that's the way I'm looking at it.
We could also do the don't not approach way, right?
Hmm? So we just run away.
The underground way?
Yeah,
right, you discovered the underground way where we can sneak in. Yeah?
Yeah, the bandit way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that gets us there, but once we're there, what do we do?
Yeah, that's where I was hinting that we could just do the whole the sneaky part. We get the passkey because we snuck in. That gives us that bonus that these guys know the secret passageway, or they know a passageway. Oh, what's going on here?
Is there a password? Do we have that?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have that.
We can
have
at least try it.
Okay, and it's not like that password that they only gave you so that they could be like, oh, that's him.
If that's the case, then we're still at square one. It's not as if we're at square negative.
Then we just kill him.
Yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it. We don't have the gold, so we're kind of at a disadvantage.
The worst case is us killing all of them.
The best way I think, that's where I was thinking that if we take treasure and food, that way we look as if we've just came back from a pillage. I mean, we are bandits, so if we fort together, maybe... my idea was maybe 25 gold each, pile it all together, get some fancy-looking stuff, just traveling gear, necklaces, jewelry stuff, pots, pans, things like that, that's shiny, and then we put in some nice food, sausages, things like that, but we poison it. We put in a bit of extra money, get some poison in it. Hell, if they take it, it might be a case of they've got extreme nausea for the fight. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I like
Instead of going there with loot, we could also go there looking really sad, and if they ask us about our raid, we're just going to say, let's not talk about it. But I do like the idea of the poison food.
The question is, do you have any poison? Or any
poison wine would be better, wouldn't it? Poison like alcohol? I think they drink more than they eat generally.
Well, they really like food and money. That's where I was thinking, like treasure and food.
Like, is that a specific thing you've been told?
The bandits really like food and money. They're also not too bright.
All right, sure. Like
Well,
bandit halflings.
There's two possibilities here.
We get that elf to make it for us.
Aurelia still has that sleeping kind of potion thing, which isn't exactly poison, but that might be a thing that could be used.
I can make it really rotten, but that's not really good.
She also has the potential knowledge to cook something up herself.
In what amount of time?
That I don't know.
I don't think it's hard to make food poisonous, right?
Well, you could always mix in the sleep potion.
If you want to make it horribly bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing you need to make it not taste
we order a 5-course meal from that elf who hates us. He will fill it with the most horrible things.
In this case, your the concern would end up being like it would be like an easy skill check for Sheep to like use like the potion that he has and spread it out in like a grand amount of food to achieve some sort of limited effect just to make these people nauseous. The problem is that while it would be easy to do, your concern might be time at this point because that would definitely take several hours. Just as it would be to show up at Sylvan Delights and order a 5-course meal. From the guy who hates you.
He would poison it for us.
He hates you guys.
All the bandits would need to go to the bathroom super bad. Well, I mean, we could be like Evrat. We need like a wagon full of food, like now.
We're not going to be able to transport a wagon full of food.
Well, okay, like a raid full of food. I don't know how.
I'm thinking like it's a carriage that we've raided, just like one wagon, right? Between us, we'd probably be able to divide the loot up.
But we're gonna go underground passage. There probably isn't like room for a wagon in there.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like we just loot it up. We give Geráck a couple of bags to carry because he's a big burly dwarf.
Oh, sure, that makes sense. Like a ham and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not talking like we're taking like a massive wagon with treasure chests. I'm talking we're bandits. We're not going to have a wagon to take.
Quickly, fill this wagon with magic and gold, and we just leave.
That's food that you folks could pick up from the marketplace without. Well, I mean, you would actually have to pay a price for that. Food prices are at least 3 times what they are currently due to the food shortages that have stricken the
Bandits are going to be even more hungry.
I did hint that it would be that Oz would be at least need to fork some money out for this. It wasn't a case of I expect it to be free.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean,
okay.
Like what we say, about 25 gold pieces each. That's about 150 or 125 even, if I can do maths.
Even at the highly raised food prices, 125 gold pieces would definitely get you like your sacks full of food.
That's also
you could pay 25 gold to walk through that horrible death forest. Like, that was pretty good money at the time.
Yeah. Also, the fact that that's to cover some like jewelry and like maybe small noble jewelry and stuff like that. Things that you'd find on noble women, maybe on a couple of rings. Just assorted treasure items that we'd rate.
25 gold pieces each would definitely cover what you're looking to purchase on that front. Yes.
And
you want to make it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Jasmine can even make it believable looking amounts of noble stuff.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to take 25 coins off of myself.
Same.
Yep, same here.
My money!
If anyone's not willing to pay, I'll help fork out that because it was my idea. I'll take that.
It's not going to be weird when I walk in with my 1,000 gold wallet, too.
You have 1,000 gold? That makes me depressed.
Well, that's my cut.
I'm struggling to do maths. What's 396? There we go, 294. And of course, if we can try and get Aurelia to poison it, that would be fantastic.
We don't just want to feed them,
Yeah, have some food. Eat enough that you feel really nauseous, please.
Okay, well, let's see here. It would take a few hours for you folks to go out and buy all this food anyway.
Meanwhile,
Aurelia could spend some time like concocting something. The concern would just end up being time, but if you, as soon as you got that food prepared, if you left immediately, you could probably still arrive at Robber's Bluff on the Day of Lords.
Well, we'd want to go So the problem with this plan is that we would want them to actually eat the food and then have time to actually have the effect felt, right?
I mean, I don't think
As long
it's
as
going
it
to
is.
have to be hours until the effect actually does something.
I suppose, but
They just need to eat it and then.
you know,
probably, like,
my character is sure that it'll be
minutes.
interesting anyway. So let's do it.
Yeah. And we don't know a guy that sells poison in the city.
I use
I
my
don't know a
relationship
guy who
dice.
sells
That,
Like-
it's just not a thing that, like, selling
Who is-
that would be illegal.
I mean, like rat poison.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you,
people
Geráck,
sell
that,
rat
would be,
poison.
that would be illegal.
The person with the Newport City Guard background looks at you.
Yes.
I think
I
on
would
day.
not.
I mean,
I think
selling
on
rat poison is not illegal. That's pretty damn common.
I mean, sure, maybe Tempus could do a
I mean, like,
roll.
sure,
on
like you
taste.
could buy like rat poison along all the things and put that in the food. Like, you really wouldn't even have to make anything.
I'd say
I
still.
mean, I mean, like the people who like make and vend the rat poison are gonna look at you really fucking suspiciously. But
I would like 6 kilos worth of rat poison.
They've got some
Just
big
eat that
rats to
much.
kill, orc-sized rats.
Yeah,
Well,
dire
you know,
rats,
like
basement.
in Wales Wicked, just buy
So-
some barrels of arsenic for our dire rats in our cellar.
Have some arsenic on your food. It's really great.
Just the Argan College has a sudden dire explosion of rats.
I mean,
There was an
so, like,
The
experiment
Arcane
that
College
kind
needs
of,
1 barrel of rat poison.
for-
Don't
for-
ask.
for-
A thing happened.
for folks of like your like pedigree and like your privilege and your money, you can certainly get that much rat poison. Like I said, you're just gonna be
Adventure
like,
or privilege.
just like sort of like blink at you like, yeah, sure.
Sure, guards. Sure, just wait here for a moment. Oh,
Not illegal to buy.
And then that would also save Aurelia the time for having to make anything, because that would definitely
Yeah.
eat the time.
I think
still
rat
think-
poison works.
I kind of want
That
Aurelia
is
to at
deliberate
least-
murder, though.
I
Just
kind
so,
of want
just so we're
Aurelia to spend some time to at least make it, a bit more palatable. I'm pretty sure the assassin knows how to make food digestible, but with poison in it. I mean, that's just an idea. Just an idea.
probably. Add some spices and some sugar.
Yeah, yes, because rat poison probably has a flavor and a smell to it.
Yes, that's my thinking.
I was about to Google what's the flavor of rat poison, but who
Um,
knows?
You
I
go
genuinely
immediately on
don't
a
know
list.
here, but here in Dragon Empire land, rat poison has a smell and it has a taste.
oh god.
I would
Okay.
definitely not Google that.
That would go back to taking a few hours for Aurelia to do on this readying 21st, while everyone goes out and buys the food and then delivers it to her, as well as anything else. But if you want to pursue that route, go ahead and make an easy skill check for me, Sheep, using your intelligence modifier and your poisoner background and your level.
Okay,
DC
this might not-
15.
15. I have a +8, so maybe 16. Yes.
Yes. It's a good thing it was an easy skill check. Like, the poison
Oh,
was
yes.
already provided, and Aurelia has worked with things far harsher than rat poison in the past. It probably wouldn't pass close scrutiny, but if these bandits are as dumb as Tempus has advertised, and they're as interested in food as Tempus has advertised, they might very well consume it.
Also, I would like to buy a less fancy armor, I think. Because
the
I'm not going to
golden,
pass off as a
amazing
bandit with an ancestral ruined armor.
All right.
Yeah, that's a problem.
What kind of less fancy armor would you like to buy?
Like a very, shoddy, heavy armor kind of thing.
A
But
very
surely
shoddy heavy.
you could get one. No, not custom. It'll take
A
too long.
crabby full blade.
No, but like a bit rusty and worn.
I mean, you could always just throw, like, dirt and stuff on yourself. That's better than having to get armor that's pretty much, like, custom fit to a person anyway.
Yeah, I will say that's what I'm going to be doing with my one. It has my house's sigil all over it. I'm going to be dirtying it up so it can't.
You
notice
like,
it
cover it
anymore.
with, like, rags and, like, smear it with, like, dirt and mud. If that would be...
Exactly.
That'd be fairly easy for you to do while Aurelia's busy spending her time preparing things anyway. Like
It's
heavy
some
armor
bandit
tends to be,
grime.
heavy armor tends to be fitted to a body, and if you want it to be, like, shoddily made as well, I mean,
Like, we go to a butcher and smear it in blood.
I'll guess I would have
Right?
a penalty to dexterity.
I mean, like, certainly, like, all sorts of, like, trash that will be spread out in the city, all sorts
Like,
of
we have
awful...
just finished a raid. So we just smear you in, like, pig guts.
Yes, you
Uh,
can certainly
there
do
you go.
that.
Add some dent for effect.
He went a little overzealous, and you're just like completely fucking smeared in gore.
It definitely don't want to
Preferably
come over to you.
something that doesn't smell too badly, but alright.
I mean, you're not supposed to smell good, right? They're
No,
bandits.
But I will have to travel some time with this on me.
Well, everyone is around you, so they'll also get to
Well,
enjoy
which
it.
will definitely putrefy it, because, you know, if we're going to cover you in awful, we're going to be walking for a good 3 days.
I'm sure they have like a waste bin at the butchery. We can sort of drop you in, roll around a few times, and then that's it.
Because that won't attract attention from the butcher. And I'm like, excuse
What
me.
the hell?
Pay him
We're
like 5
so-
gold pieces. Can I just
Yeah,
like roll
basically.
around in your trash?
Can I just like grind myself up completely?
I've kind of got a thing
It's
going
an
here.
adventurer thing. Yeah.
Here's 5 gold pieces, just let it go.
Yeah,
And the butcher's
just-
like, yeah, okay, fine.
All the liver and lung just in the
Not
beard.
gonna do
yeah.
it overly much, just buy some shitty rags and cover me in that instead.
5 gold pieces. He's like, no, you want to go into this bin over here.
Yes, you are putrescent walking. Congratulations.
Tempus is quite happy with stashing away all of his dapper clothes and just putting on some dirt and smearing himself. Or just pouring some oil over himself, kind of thing.
I'm
When we
also
get
gonna
close-
buy a large sack for my helmet because I can't walk around with that because that kind
What
of sticks
might
out a bit.
I have now? Dwohurim is just gonna like use a utility spell to make himself look like a bandit when he gets close.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I think that's general enough that a disguised self would do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Bandit.
gonna-
Yes.
I would dirty myself up, make it so none of my sigils are showing, make it make it so my things don't look in pristine condition. At least one glance.
Out of curiosity, Manaki, what level utility spell slot do you plan on using?
That would be a 3,
Okay.
I believe. I only have 3, so I don't remember what the further use for that is. Gonna check it. Maybe I'll need to add stuff to
So
it.
the
but-
spell lasts for 1 hour at level 3.
Yeah, that should be enough for me to be out of sight when it doesn't anymore.
So at level 5 it provides smell, and you get a +2 bonus on any disguise check that you make. Okay.
Yeah, I don't need I don't think that's the most important. I don't know if they're gonna be like man flesh.
They just sort of look at them like, Jesus, their nose is good.
You smell like
Damn,
soap. No,
this
no, I
bed
don't.
smells like dwarf.
How dare you, slap?
And
Also,
then
even
you
though
get into
I had the idea with the rat poison, Geráck disapproves.
But we're just gonna. I mean, we don't really. In this way, they never get a chance to even surrender or turn their ways.
Yes, but it's not a fair fight.
No, it's
You're
not.
going to-
We're gonna cheat completely.
You were going to kill them anyway with the power of God.
Yes, but it would be fair.
No, because you have the power of God. They don't.
You're gonna enjoy this. You know that you will.
I don't like your logic.
Logic is not flawed. Come to the dark side.
Simply have faith, young
It's a
paladin.
blessing.
I mean,
It's a
the
different
best fight is the one where you don't even have to draw a weapon, right? Or where your enemy doesn't get to draw a weapon.
There might be
But
a
use our weapons
fundamental,
anyway. I like those fights. Yeah, where I don't have to throw a weapon. That's a great fight. I have to throw a weapon usually because I'm losing.
I draw a weapon because I'm fighting.
Of course, as long as I don't have any pleb wands.
Hexblade would be rather upset if you stop mentioning wands too much around it.
Yeah. Hexenblade and Hurim are exclusive at this point.
Glasno Hexenblade got over Leon's death so quickly.
It hasn't.
It never will, but that's okay. I can throw boulders with my hands, so
Oh god, yeah, I forgot about that.
that's
That's
pretty
freaking
cool.
awesome.
Oh, they closed the gates on us.
You also have the punching glove, right?
Yeah, I can slap people and reveal their true nature or true thing. It's mostly not going to be useful. Not something I anticipate doing a lot.
You have a limited use of that. It does have a recharge thing, so you get one crack of that, and then it does have to recharge. You can't hit 19 fucking people with it.
No, and
Just
it's
go around
not
slapping
like
everyone.
Well, you can.
I mean, yes,
I
you
mean,
can, but it's only going to have its revelation effect once, and then it needs to recharge.
until I talk to it, be like, well, I'm sure the next guy really is like hiding something. It's like, fine, you can have another
Yes.
use.
Yes, and of course the quirk of that, the item thoroughly encourages Dwohurim to be paranoid.
Hooray.
The magic item's like, no, that guy.
Which I
So
feel
how
Manaki
will
has
you know
already
about
expressed in
poison,
this session.
Aurelia?
God.
Right. So
No, I just gotta figure out what a ball game where people knock down targets is like. What that means. What where I don't
You
know.
might overdo it a bit.
Like that carnival game where you throw a ball against like something.
Yeah, you would just destroy the entire like wall behind
Basically.
it.
Yes.
Wow, that's a nice throwing arm you got there. Just a massive
Weapon
hole on the other side of the wall.
oh, that's collateral damage.
Alright, is there anything else you folks are looking to do in Newport?
Maybe get some handcuffs actually.
Handcuffs?
Right.
Manacles?
Yeah,
Yeah,
manacles.
manacles would be more appropriate.
We're gonna kill them all with rat
That's a
poison.
better
right?
word for it.
If they all die because you've killed them with rat poison, I mean, I suppose you can manacle up their dead bodies.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's for other, yeah.
Wait a minute.
I might need it in the future. It.
Yeah, I mean, sure. No,
We manacle the dead bodies. We don't bury them. Wait until they turn undead, and then we have a manacled army of skeletons.
It's just something I thought of needing. Like we could always use rope, but manacles are better.
Okay, sure. Why not? You can, I'm not even gonna, like, include, like, well, let's see here. We'll say 1 gold piece per set of manacles.
Alright, I will buy 3 then.
Just buy 700. Just, like, open up the bag.
You know, I could see using this.
You
Like
know,
I said, what's he-
I clank enough already. Like,
Say, I buy all of the manacles in the city of Newport. Fear me.
I
put
also
them
buy
in the
3 sets of
center
manacles.
square. Link them all together into a huge ball.
Wait, what?
Why not?
The world's largest ball of manacles.
And all the money.
What is the record for that, Grimith?
There isn't one. It doesn't.
That's the one unique thing.
But that's the kind of thing adventurers do. They're completely fucking mad.
Okay, so manacle dreams. Anything else you want to do in the city of Newport?
Could I put a letter to Teraptus? Because I don't really want to do this in person because he might get mad or something. But I just want to inform him that Sigmathus is Ezekiel.
Okay.
And say that I cannot produce proof, but it has been personally revealed to me that is the case.
Okay. You can leave
so
a
he
message.
he can begin to do his own investigation to it.
You can leave a message with Lord Taratus' secretary, the individual who has questioned and challenged you folks.
Would like to leave a written message with like a seal so that the guy doesn't read it. Because
Sure.
who trusts that guy?
Sure.
Yeah, fuck
you
that
can
guy.
you can certainly put a seal on it, and he'll respect your message and the seal. And he might give you a snide look, remembering how you tried to break into the room some time ago.
I'll give him a threatening glare. I know where he sleeps.
Yes, he appears completely unthreatened because he knows he's the personal secretary of the most powerful wizard in the city.
Hey, I can take him down before his
don't question your betters.
anyone does anything.
Don't be threatened by the NPC here.
That's true. Like, you certainly could kill him
I could
before
vaporize
help
him.
arrived. The problem with that would be he's relying on the comfort of the law enforcement agency.
If I go down, he goes down.
I can imagine that you're just about to die from some mook, and you're just
that's the thing that he would be telling you in his head. If I go down, you go down. Yeah, go ahead. Vaporize me with lightning or whatever you do.
And then you smile as you remember you still have red poison left.
That letter was actually covered in deadly poison. When you touch it, that seems a
Okay.
bit petty, doesn't it?
Okay, you can certainly leave a
You will
message.
deliver the message. Yeah.
Alright.
Dwohurim basically will encourage Traptus to look into it because he's absolutely certain. Just like that one time where we went into the tavern and smashed everything. Not that time with the druid. So, it's
Yes, Lord Teraptus perhaps fondly remembers all of the other times your group has been certain of things.
yeah.
This is
But
not like the druid.
If he does not look into it, then the blood is on his hands. He will know that. No. Also, we need his backup to actually fight the guy. So
And the blood is on his hand. Alright. That's that. Anything else that anyone wants to do before leaving the city of Newport, as it sounds like you folks want to do?
I'm good.
No, don't think so.
No.
Anything I should do before we do?
Is there?
No.
God will not say one way or the other.
I have already talked to my sister, yes.
Yes, you didn't leave me much in the way of like anything you might wanted to say. Just like you
No,
haven't spent your icon relationship die.
Yeah.
But I get the gist. It's an NPC.
Did you talk to her before or after you covered yourself in blood?
Before, of course.
Well,
Nice,
that's
sir.
a very, very important piece of information.
Well, in that case, an early afternoon, laden with your sacks of sweet, delicious meats and treats, you can depart the city of Newport, heading east into the hills and small mountain range that effectively borders the massive city. Of course, the fishing village of Kilwell is off the coast. You've also buried Fargus here in these snow hills. Leaving behind the corpses of Leon and the Deaf Speaker, as you make all due haste.
Right.
Thought I'd get that in.
That was something, wasn't it?
Yep. I wondered whenever I left the message last night in the group chat, like, I think they've forgotten about them. Why do they just never bury them? Not my problem.
we're kind of on a time limit here. There's someone who might be saved by us hurrying. The dead are not going to come back to life by us burying them early.
Yet.
That's true. I mean, not to life, right? It's going to be back to death. If anything happens.
The dead can certainly reanimate if the proper burying rituals and rites are not performed. That's
what
definitely a
is-
thing in this
It's not like
universe.
Leon would reanimate.
And Leon does have quite the
Not
link
like
to
any of
undead.
them have any association with death.
It's like all of the continual sacrifices provided to on the outskirts of Necropolis so that the Lich King himself can't fucking leave there.
Didn't Traptor say he was gonna take care of it though? Like, I remember him saying something along those
I
lines.
mean, they're
mean-
probably in a place where if they animate, it's not going to be super bad. But
I
you
mean,
know,
like, he can. It
preserve
just-
the bodies.
It just goes to show how much people care about their traveling companions.
Dwohurim cares, but there's more important things right now.
If Leon was around, he would tell us to solve the living. If the Death Speaker
He
was
would
still
want us
around,
to solve the
would
problem.
tell us the
Goger,
right
at least in this
rituals.
case, you can like leave this campaign knowing that Fargus mattered more than Leon.
Hexenblade tells me to go on.
He was the first. We can.
No, Hexenblade definitely thinks that Leon should be buried.
Yeah.
The first casualty is always the first. The rest is just.
Well,
statistics.
Hexenblade, if we don't win here, I'm gonna die, and then he's never gonna be buried. So that we have to work together here.
As a matter of fact, this is an insult. Hexenblade will refuse to work as a magic item.
Well, guys, I guess we're gonna stay and bury them.
Alright.
As the group settles out, heading northeast, finding the smugglers' tunnels that Tempus has learned about.
Okay, shall I do a roll to see if I can find the
No,
tennis
there
that I
is
know there?
no need for a roll. This was a 6 that transpired. It does take several hours and pretty much the rest of daylight trudging through these hills, many of which still have snow on them. But eventually you are able, through some thick branches and quite some thorny underbrush, which still exists, you are able to locate the very narrow and well-hidden dark passageway, which will lead you underground.
Ooh. Are you ready, everyone?
Yes, let's hurry. I don't like the smell of me. And neither do you, I don't think.
No, we definitely probably don't.
I've smelled worse.
I bet you have.
Okay, so let's start. I guess this is a tunnel. I imagine doesn't have anything. We're heading up towards where we are. Then, that right, guys?
Yes, maybe.
Towards the bandits we travel.
Okay.
Arr, arr, arr.
Tempus Malleator will confidently and without any concern or fear for traps or other nefarious devices that smugglers and bandits may have placed in the tunnels. I fucking love seeing it. Shall champion the cause and lead the group into the smugglers' tunnels.
Trap sense is a passive thing. It is a passive thing.
Oh, shit. Thankfully, courtesy of the 6 that you rolled, your contact was generous enough to inform you of some local and close-by tripwire things that, well, you'd be able to immediately spot and lead the group over. You won't actually go bumbling into any traps. Merely wanted to point that out. The corridors are, it's a combination of natural and man-made. Very close up. There isn't that much standing room beyond someone of, say, Tempus's height. Geráck has a bit more headroom leeway, but it is very cramped here. For a dwarf, it would be like home. It would be like being in an underground city. But for everyone else who may not have spent that much time underground, it is certainly... well, you can determine how much claustrophobia you feel. There isn't that much wiggle room, though. Aurelia, for instance, could not really bounce around effectively, and just because there isn't that much room to do so. And occasionally you do come across, say, a small stream that's underground, or a wider expanse of underground mosses, some mushrooms that give off an eerie glow. But nothing prohibiting your trek. The journey is, other than the real inability to see for great distances, and I do believe Dwohurim is the only one who can create a magical light. Everyone else must use a natural light source, well, create a light source of their own.
Muggles.
Oh, man. You can travel through and have like a camp in like some sort of very cramped area, perhaps a shoot-off of one of the numerous tunnels and passageways down here. Puts you in like a little isolated area with a small natural pond where you can refresh your water skins and keep a lookout on one narrow entranceway to rest for a night. The trek is boring and arduous in its boredom. There isn't much to see down here. These tunnels are made for the convenience of quick travel, not for sightseeing. There is no sunlight, other than what might filter occasionally through very thin cracks. The constant dripping of water. Frequently, you might stumble and lose your footing, especially those of you who are less sure-footed than others, or not adjusted to moving nimbly in the dark depths of the smugglers' tunnels. It is very easy to lose your orientation down here, to get lost. It is only through the combined efforts of the group nodding at each other occasionally. Basically like easy skill checks. I'm not going to make you roll for anything. Like, okay, back there was the way that we went, and now we're heading this way. like leaving like little like ham crumbs or whatever the fuck. Like we've been this way before, guys. Crumbs.
Dragging
of ham,
a ball of
that's
string behind us.
Yes, the ball of twine. And then the joke I know is that the troll is on the other side of the ball of twine, rolling it back up as he follows the party.
Eating ham crumbs.
Yes.
Ooh, piece of ham. Ooh, piece of ham.
But
Red poisoned hand crumbs.
it is definitely easy to lose track of time without any convenient way to tell what time it is. Only trying to gauge when you folks feel tired. As one day passes to another. But then, after what might be 3 days of traveling, the twists and turns and winding bends and narrow crevices and small cliffs underground to scale, which is not a severe enough climb check to warrant a challenge that would necessitate rolling, and courtesy of the 6. This information has been so damned useful. Your group will finally come upon one narrow expansive tunnel, which will actually extend into some artificial light. And you can hear the muted sounds of laughter and smell aromas of rich food. I will go ahead and reveal the map Robber's Bluff to you. I will add your tokens to it. Dark, you bringing Mirv Underground with you?
Unfortunately, as much as I would like to, I don't think Mirv would appreciate being in such a dark cave.
I don't think so, no.
She would like back a new plot, staying at the manor.
Okay. I will ask before I reveal the location where your tokens are. This will be a 1-by-1 passageway that you're currently in, so I'd like to know marching order from front to back.
Tempus first, I guess.
Geráck second, then.
I'll be in the back.
I'll be second to back.
Okay.
Guess I'll be in the middle.
In the middle.
I mean, I'm an art shot. Why would I be near the front?
Okay. When you finish loading up, you should be able to spot yourselves on the map. I have placed yourselves in your marching order. The narrow cavernways and passageways continue until you get to what appears to be a small room, which has an animal pelt on the ground and a few crates boxed off in one of the corners of the room. The sound of laughter and the smells of food continue. The ground, the cavern floor beneath you, is very slick and wet, and you have to watch your footing. You can also hear off in the distance below you a great sound of rushing water.
Tempest will just put a hand up just for a moment, just put his finger to his mouth, just sort of shh for a moment. He'll try to stealthily move forward. He's basically trying to peer around the corner, get an idea of what it is first.
Okay, this will not be a skill check for you to peer around the corner. These sounds are simply too loud. Tempest, as sure-footed and quiet as he is, cannot fail. And go ahead and move yourself here.
Okay. One more?
Yeah, you can go ahead and move yourself there. I'll go ahead and reveal more. This room appears to be a storage room of sorts, a supply room. There is a small goblin who's like slumped over by one side of the pelt. He is currently asleep.
Goblin,
Tempest,
huh?